Alright, YouTube. Hi, this is the Presidential Tourist. You know what? I decided I'm going to do something a little bit different today. It's been a while since I filmed a movie review. I did a couple of them a while ago. I did one on the movie, Star Wars, the Solo movie that they had. I think I did a few others. But I thought, you know what? It's been a while. Why not try another one? And anyways, I recently, well actually just today, I just got home from it, I saw the newest Resident Evil movie, Welcome to Raccoon City. I've seen every single Resident Evil movie in the theaters. I thought, you know what? This is the newest one. I have to go see it, which I did. First off, I want to say, if I never played any of the video games or anything, I would like the movie far more than I have. I was kind of disappointed. My problem is, well, there's a variety of things I noticed. Number one, they kind of blended in a bit the storylines from the first Resident Evil video game and the second Resident Evil video game. And that mismatch, I wasn't really happy with. They left a lot of stuff out. And another thing I noticed, don't get me wrong, I thought the actors did a great job portraying the character. But some of the actors did not really look like the characters from the video game. They look quite different. Third, the actors' personalities, like the Leon Kennedy, the Chief Irons, the Wesker, were very different from the video games. Kennedy, they made him kind of like a bumbling idiot. Wesker, while he did bad things, he wasn't the evil guy he was in the video game. Very different. They made him actually, in a way, have a soul, if you watch it. Another one, the Chief Irons character was very different from the game, too. It's just that they deviate very much. And since they blended together the two storylines, really, from Resident Evil 1 and 2, there's just so many different characters and scenes they left out. When I first saw the Leon Kennedy character, I thought it was the Carlos, and I forget the last name of the character. I thought that was him at first, but no, it was Kennedy. Very, very different. And I knew from what I understood that the movie was going to be more like the video games and the other previous Resident Evil movies. And while it definitely was closer to the game, it still was deviated a lot from it. I was hoping that this movie would have followed the first Resident Evil storyline. The next one could have followed the second one. I think that would have been a far better story. You would have got more of what happened in the games in the movies. I mean, you didn't really even see a whole amount of the mansion. You didn't see really a whole lot of the police station. Things seemed rushed. The Raccoon City that they portrayed in the movie just did not seem too... It could have been more closer to how it was in the game. And you didn't really see too much moving around in the city like you saw more in the beginning of Resident Evil 2. I would have liked to have seen more of the city and, of course, more of the mansion. I think they would have got a more fuller storyline if they would have had this movie follow more of the plot from the first Resident Evil movie, and then the next movie, if they make another one, follow the number 2. How they brought the characters together was still very, very different. I mean, they started the movie, Leon was already there, established in the community a little bit, not there too long, but in Resident Evil 2, you have him coming into the city when the whole crap starts hitting the fan, and it's very different. Like I said, if I'd never played any of the games, never seen any of the games, and know anything about Resident Evil, I would have liked the movie far more than I did, but since I played a lot of the games, I know about a lot of the plot, it just left me very disappointed. And since you pretty much knocked out 1, you knocked out 2, you can't really follow any of the plot of Resident Evil 3 because of Jill was in this movie and Raccoon City got destroyed, which, well, it happened it happened with that too after 3 also, but you can't go back and revisit any of the stuff that she did in there or any of the stuff they left out in 1 and 2 also, so you kind of pretty much done with the whole Raccoon City part of the Resident Evil universe with this movie unless they reboot it again. So they really kind of wiped away a potential 3 movies in this one. So, I mean, it was okay. but it definitely was a disappointment. I think it could have been better if they would have followed the plot of the movie with the first video game, and then they did another movie going to the second one. They could have had a larger story arc. There was a lot more things that we saw in the games that they could have had in the movie that they didn't. So that's my opinion. I was disappointed. Thought the actors did a great job, but the characters was just so different portrayed, some of them, and it's just no, not as well as it could have been. And the zombies, I mean, some of them, how people became zombies from the poisoning of the water or whatever, how it is that Umbrella was able to infect them, took like a long time. I guess some of them were possibly getting affected like over a couple weeks, and then when they were turning, they were talking more. They seemed to be more, had more, a little bit more human emotions in them than in the video game, where they're just basically regular zombies. So it was different. Anyways, I'm hoping if they do make another one, maybe somehow they make it more like the game. But the problem is, like I said, they wiped out really a large part of the Resident Evil universe with the destruction of Raccoon City in that movie. So, I mean, you can't really go back the way they made this movie unless, like I said, they reboot it again or they do like a series or something based on it, which I kind of hope they do. I would really like to see a movie much more closely related to the plots in the games, because you can go so far with that. I like the other Resident Evil movies that they made. It was very good, but that was wildly different from the game in a lot of ways, because there's just so much that that's it. It was just different. If you play the Resident Evil games, if you know about the Resident Evil universe, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I mean, I can go on and on about this, but let me know if you've seen that movie. What do you think of it? And just give me your thoughts on, your opinions, and anything about Resident Evil you want to talk about, put it below, and let me know. If I'm being a complete idiot, tell me I'm being a complete idiot. If you agree, tell me that too. I like to hear all your opinions. Okay. Alright, I got to get going. But that's my thought of the movie. Any comments, questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, you know one thing? The theater I went to, they don't even really give you tickets anymore. It's basically printed on the receipt, which kind of sucks, but I used to like collecting those things. They're really moving away from a lot of cool stuff. Alright, bye.